I've with everything that's happened in Afghanistan, I've wanted to, make a video, but I've thought long and hard and organized my thoughts. Don't want to come off, half-cocked, ranting. I'm speaking only for myself. I am, 17 plus years in the Army on the reserve side of the house. I'm a member of both the American Legion and the VFW. I am a VFW commander. However, again, I'm only speaking for myself. I just want to make this clear 100%. So, first off, going into this, there's just several things I'm going to acknowledge up front. So, look, us staying in Afghanistan forever wasn't going to happen. Everybody that served over there knew that. I mean, it's like, so I'm going to acknowledge that up front. Also, I'm going to acknowledge that as for some of the Americans that have been left behind, some have made that choice. Some, not all. Some have made that choice. So, again, that's on them. And so I'm acknowledging those facts up front. And this is not a rant against the president, although the buck stops with him. And everybody agrees. If you sit in that office, the buck ultimately stops with you. This is not aimed at the president. No, This is aimed at the Joint Chiefs and those that are directly below them. This is what this video is aimed at, because I've thought long and hard about this, and it comes down to the way I see it. Those that are advising the president, the Joint Chiefs, they only fall into one of two camps now, clearly on this. And the first, because you got one job. You have multiple jobs, but you have one serious responsibility over there. And that responsibility is to advise whoever the president is, to advise them militarily. And, to hear the president's statement released, to read it, and I believe he used the term, it was a unanimous decision with the Joint Chiefs. So, talking about the evacuation and all that. And if that is the case, if y'all just all signed off on it, you truly fell into one of two categories. The first category is y'all are truly just that stupid. I mean, I don't know any other nice way to say that. You're truly that stupid. I can think of other adjectives that'll better describe it, but I'm trying to keep this friendly. If y'all get the point. That was that whole layout. Anybody could have seen that was just not going to end well. We're going to withdraw just to the airport, let the city fall to the Taliban, and nothing happen. Or, and it's all going to go well, and bed of roses, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if that's what you believe going in, you're an idiot. And if you're giving that bad of advice, sitting in those chairs, you need to resign, because I'm telling you, you're idiots. So, second is, the second category for you to fall into is you knew that was a bad call, but you only cared about your career. You only cared about your career, your pension, your money, the time. And I get it. 17 plus years. For me, it's like, it's sometimes you're like, is it? There's nothing that epic. I've never faced a decision on that scale, but I've had a couple minor decisions where I'm like, I've got a lot of time, man. I don't think I want to go do something that's stupid. So, but clearly y'all just said, yeah, sure. And you thought only of yourselves and your careers. You did not think about those that were underneath you. And in my opinion, if you are only putting your career, because this is a DOD-wide problem. There are officers that I've served under that have put their careers before everybody else. And you know what? They get the bare minimum performance out of soldiers. Bare minimum. It doesn't matter how much they whine, cry, yell, threaten, cajole. Bare minimum. Because we know they don't care about us. But then I've also served under officers that will put soldiers before them, and NCOs that put soldiers before them over their careers. And I get it. I'll tell you right now, I get it. There are some soldiers that are just dirtbags that you ain't going to put your career at risk for them. But for overall the well and good, they will still make those tough calls. But you know what? Those officers, I will follow to the fires of hell if they ask me to. If they said, hey, we're charging the gates of hell. All the flames, everything like that, and here's your squirt gun. We got a plan, we're charging. Guess what? I'm going to follow those guys because I know that they care. I know that they looked at every contingency possible. That they care about their soldiers. Okay? So, like I said, DOD wide, there's officers that care about soldiers and those that care about the careers. Clearly, if you sign those that sit in the Joint Chiefs chairs, and I dare even say those below them, if you did not threaten to resign, because I would have respected that. You remember back when General Mattis resigned as Secretary of Defense because he disagreed with President Trump? Nothing but respect from, on the military side. I respected that principle. Like, he's like, I disagree so hard, I'm not going to be a part of this. Why did you not make that choice when you saw this was such an bonehead call, that this was going to be such an epic failure? Because anybody looking at the plan would have been like, this is going to fail, and this is going to look bad. So there's going to be an investigation. I know the VFW as an organization is demanding an investigation. That's just one organization. There's so much groundswell demanding an investigation into what happened that I think it's gonna fall. We're gonna see, because you're gonna get called up there and they're gonna ask you. Yeah, unless you find some lawyer that's gonna try to find a way for you to weasel out getting up there. But I can tell you right now, you fall into one of two camps, and with either way, the same result. You need to resign. You need to quit. You are not worthy of the soldiers that you serve over. You're not worthy of us. So, again, this speaking for myself, I got no faith in you. I got no faith, no trust. Because either you're just too dumb to see something's going to be an utter failure, or you're not willing to lay it down and just say, hey, I resign, I quit, I retire. I have no part in this. So, again, what I would like to see, because I'm not just going to complain, I would like to see y'all own up to responsibility. There's a lot of calls. Own this. Because if your subordinate screwed up this bad, they're asked to be on a chopping block, but you tell them, go, hey, own it. Have the honor to own it. So I'm telling y'all, practice what you preach. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. Own this. Go out there and say, yeah, I screwed up. I signed off on it. And as a result, I retire, I resign. Done. You need to do that. If you want to even get a semblance of respect back from me, and I suspect a lot of people, but I can't speak for them. I'm going to speak for myself. You need to own this. And you need to resign. So, that's all I got to say on the matter. But to recap, actually, just again, I'm going to acknowledge, hey, there were Americans that wanted to stay. Some. Not all. You left a lot of Americans behind. You left people behind. That's on you. People are dying. Our allies are dying over there. Those that served and worked with us. That's on you. And again, I'm also going to acknowledge Holding Afghanistan long term, not realistic. I acknowledge that. And everybody that served over there will acknowledge at some point the Afghan government would have fallen. But it didn't have to go down like this. Again, that's on you. So, own up to it. Take responsibility. Do the right thing. And get out there and be public about it. So, that's all I got to say.